Hello and welcome to Prime Property, your weekly real estate reckoner. I'm Nayan Rai and this is what we have on the show today. We travel to the holy city of Amritsar, Punjab's biggest election battleground, where BJP's Arun Jaitley is locked in battle against the Congress's Amrinder Singh. While the political verdict is awaited, it's a clear victory for the property market as prices are set to escalate. A slew of expensive land deals have been sealed in Thane on the outskirts of Mumbai. We do a realty check and find out if it's worth your money. Global private equity giant Blackstone's partnership with Bangalore's Embassy Group has dislodged DLF as the country's largest owner of commercial properties. We get 99acres.com to answer viewer queries on Property Doctor. The holy city of Amritsar. This election's biggest battlefield in Punjab. Arun Jaitley, the leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha, has decided to contest his maiden election from here. And he takes on Congress heavyweight and former Punjab Chief Minister, Captain Amrinder Singh. Experts say the city of Amritsar will gain irrespective of whichever of the two heavyweights emerges as a winner. Both are charismatic and well-networked to win back industry that many years ago chose to leave for other cities in Punjab. Once the richest city of Punjab, Amritsar has lost that mantle to Jalandhar and Ludhiana. In Amritsar, you don't see the BMWs and Audis that crowd the streets of Ludhiana and Jalandhar. Amritsar's famous Lawrence Road and Mall Road have failed to keep up with the times. Adjacent to these famous haunts are these old forgotten lanes, in desperate need of repair and upgradation. Besides winning back industry to set up manufacturing facilities, both Jaitley and Amrinder Singh have promised to revive the city's fortunes with tourism. The Amritsar Hotel and Restaurant Industry Association complains tourists are not staying overnight and leave after visiting the Golden Temple and Wagah border. They blame a high tax regime, including an 8% luxury tax on hotel rooms costing more than 200 rupees a night. A flourishing hospitality sector would also bring opportunities for investments in service departments. Nevertheless, the city does have a Hyatt, Radisson Blu and a Holiday Inn, but occupancy is rarely full. Then there's the other side of Amritsar. Flushed with old money, the rich live here in these massive bungalows in areas like Ranjit Drive or Green Avenue. It was in Green Avenue where Jaitley bought a villa for 1 crore rupees last month. As we drive through the city, one can't but notice the lack of real estate construction. Property builders' billboards are conspicuous by their absence. It's a dead property market, but at an inflection point. Prices have remained suppressed, and experts say a strong MP bringing about the right changes may lead to a price escalation of 60% in 24 months' time. The phenomenon of high-rise apartments still has to reach Amritsar. FDI-funded developer Sare, along with local builder Action Project, has been the first to deliver mid-rise apartments in Amritsar priced at 18 to 36 lakh rupees.
Prices in Amritsar for the past 2 years have seen a very minor appreciation. And when you compare it with the other markets in the north of India, I think the appreciation levels have been less. But I would attribute that to more of developers not really delivering and committing to the timelines which they had committed to the customers. So I think Amritsar it's an ideal destination for investment today, because in the coming times with the new land reform bills and the cost escalations which have happened, Amritsar is a very good place to invest because it is at an inflection point where it has to go up now. You know, the average prices today across our properties for apartments is about 3,500 rupees a square foot, of 3,000 actually, which is it's a price that I don't think will be available in the next 1 or 2 years. So in my view, I think these prices are bound to almost go up by 60% in the next 2 years.
Alpha G Corp is another FDI-funded developer with big plans. It's already opened Amritsar's biggest mall next to the Hyatt and is carrying out construction at a good pace for its integrated township, the International City. All of these new projects are coming up at GT Road or the Bypass Road, very close to the airport. We couldn't help but ask, who all are buying these properties given Amritsar's lackluster economy and those flush with money residing in bungalows?
Amritsar primarily has a huge floating population which comes in from upcountry Punjab and also places outside for education. You have the Amritsar Medical College, you have a lot of engineering colleges, and even the normal grad colleges. The upcountry towns have from Batwala to Phagwara, they all come into Amritsar for children education. And also you have a huge segment of people who want to come and retire there. So the concept of making apartments was that when you have floating populations coming in, the apartment is something which has all the amenities built in, developer cares of everything, and it's like a lockable property. You can just lock and be assured that nothing's going to happen, versus the traditional bungalow system which used to exist there, where even securing your property while you're away was a concern.
Every developer in Amritsar is relying on this floating population, of which NRIs form a large base. Those living in Amritsar's old bungalows are also potential buyers, as they may choose to opt for new construction and modern amenities. According to real estate portal commonfloor.com, these are the current rates prevailing in Amritsar. And these are the bigger projects in Amritsar. Thane, at the outskirts of Mumbai, has been in the limelight for large, expensive land deals inked recently. Both the Tatas and the Lodha Group have big plans and target to steal